The Pacific Northwest is a mecca of natural beauty. Its mountains, lakes, and streams offset the wonders of majestic pine forests and the Puget Sound. In fact, the Pacific Northwest is so beautiful that its population has more than tripled in recent years. It was only a matter of time before nature fought back. The beasts that used to roam freely in the old-growth forests are coming into more and more scrapes with man. Sheep farmer Jim Talverson recently reported a strange occurrence on his sheep ranch north of Everett. We are with Mr. Talverson at the scene of the incident. Good day, Mr. Talverson.
Yeah?
We understand that some unusual occurrence transpired here in the isolated verdure of these meadows.
How's that?
Something happened here last week.
Oh, yeah.
Well, could you supply some details?
Oh, sorry. Sure. At first I didn't know what could be doing it. I mean, I've had coyotes and cougar bring down a few in the past, but they usually took a lot more of the carcass. What was happening here is that I'd find a dead sheep with its stomach and a few of its vital organs removed. I didn't know what to make of it.
Hank Lenoir, a naturalist at the University of Washington, has some theories. Dr. Lenoir?
First of all, I'd like to point out that I am not, in fact, a naturalist.
You're not?
No, indeed. I'm a naturist.
Which would explain why you did not dress for this interview. Do you, in fact, have any degrees?
Yes, I'm a zoologist. But I've still got some theories if you'll hear me out.
Hank Lenoir, a naturist at the University of Washington, has some theories. Dr. Lenoir?
At first, we went under the assumption that it was a big cat because bears aren't known to be so selective. But then again, it didn't have any of the common earmarks of a cat. Then I remembered something one of my first-year professors told me, and I started looking at it from that perspective, and it all matched. I mean, it all matched. There could be no doubt in my mind that what we were dealing with here was a Scotsman.
A Scotsman. Though it has never been proven, there have been widespread reports of Scotsmen in the Northwest since it was settled almost 200 years ago. One of the most compelling pieces of evidence is the famous 12 seconds of 8mm film taken by an adventurer near the Skagit River in 1938. While grainy and shaky, the footage seems to show a Scotsman walking out of the woods, glancing at the camera, and then walking away as the horse throws the cameraman from the saddle. This famous footage has long been debated to be a hoax. Could it really be a Scotsman that the photographer saw that gray October morning? We spoke with Ms. Enid Johnson, a natural historian. We found her at this Celtic novelty shop. Enid, you have some insights into the disappearance of the Scotsman and a theory that it was because of these, their plaid pelts.
Kilts. They're called kilts. It was widely believed until a few years ago that the Scotsmen had been trapped and hunted to extinction in these parts around the turn of the century. There was actually a bounty on their kilts. Fashionable people in New York and Paris were wearing these fine fabrics at ever-increasing rates, and when the Catholic private school came into its own, there was a demand that was insatiable. Now, thanks to fur banning, there is almost no market for the kilts. The patterns of the Scots are still used to make golf trousers, but they are almost without exception cheap polyester and can be easily distinguished from the real thing.
After talking with Enid Johnson, we went to the same area north of Everett where we camped with Brian O'Malley and Steve Shearer of Northwest Trek. They are trying to remove the threat from the area. Good afternoon, Brian and Steve.
Yo.
Eh?
Guys, I see you have some sort of trap here. It appears that you have an animal stomach hanging from a tree with a net underneath it. Do you think this will work?
We're going to try this non-invasive method first. We've had experience before with the Scotsmen in Minnesota. We've also purchased a few from Nova Scotia for our Scottish exhibit, so we know just a little bit about them. They feed primarily on haggis during the day and brown ale by night. Since it's very dangerous to encounter a Scotsman at night, we've baited our trap with haggis.
We're going to use this Cutty Sark billboard as a blind.
Safe behind our blind, we watch and wait.
The Scotsman doesn't have a very keen sense of smell, as is proved by its choice of diet. Therefore, it's necessary to call them in.
If there's a Scotsman in the area, it'll come running.
Soon there is a rustling in the bushes. Steve and Brian watch the haggis with anticipation.
Steve, help me with this lever. That's it. Push. Push.
Oh, man. Got the haggis.
It's gone. Well, it looks like we lost it this time. But it's not over yet. We've still got a few more tricks up our sleeves.
Did you see that? Did you see that? Man, those things are fast.
But Brian and Steve are professional naturalists and zoologists. They know better than to rely on only one plan.
Heads or tails?
Heads. We're flipping a coin to see who gets to be the decoy. Oh, man. Best 2 out of 3?
No way.
Oh, come on, man. You gotta give me another chance.
Shut up and put it on, dude. The tricky part about this is remembering who the decoy is.
Okay, how do I look?
You look great. Now just a little spirit gum for the red beard and bushy eyebrows.
Jeez, I hate this part.
This is a particularly dangerous technique, as the slightest error could put both men in peril. One fear is that the partner might shoot the decoy, and another fear is that the Scotsman will recognize the decoy as a rival bull of the species and attack. Even though the tranquilizer darts are fast-acting, it requires skill and precision on the part of the shooter.
How do I look now?
Wow. If I didn't know better, I'd think you were a real Scotsman.
Could you, loan me some cash?
You don't look that good. Now get out there.
This is the first time Steve has lost the coin toss, and he's a little nervous, especially after what happened to his former partner while trapping the satyr. But desperate times call for desperate measures. He is now standing in the middle of the clearing.
Do the call.
Ack.
No, man. It's Auk. Get it right.
Auk.
Listen. Shh. It's coming. I see it.
I'm scared.
Oh, I got it. What's it doing?
It's pulling out the dart. It's sniffing the dart. It's breaking the dart. It's drinking the rest of the contents.
Shh. It sees Steve.
Och, I'm a wee low. Could you loan me a fiver? I got twa wee bairns in my hoose.
Steve's going for his wallet.
Wait. The drug's taking effect. It's down.
Oh, you pansies, you cannot...
Good work, Brian.
Hey, it was your performance that drew it out, dude.
If you hadn't been a crack shot, he would have got me.
Oh, I see by the tilt of the kilt that we've got a male on our hands.
It was all in a day's work for the 2 intrepid employees of Northwest Trek. We went to Northwest Trek to visit the Scots exhibit, where our wild friend will soon find his home.
Now remember to keep your hands on this side of the rails, and please, I can't stress this enough, please don't lend money to the exhibits.
Over 50,000 people visit this nature reserve every year, and they tell us that the Scots exhibit is one of their most popular attractions. They shared with us rare footage of a she-Scot feeding her young.
Here we see a young mother about to feed her young. Remember that these are not like other hominids. Notice the blanket covering the breast, and the care she takes as she cradles the babe in her arms. Now the offspring is about to feed. As you can see, they switch from mother's milk to Scotch whiskey at a tender age.
Ms. Enid Johnson.
It's a shame to see them caged up like this. I wish there were some way to let them roam freely in their natural habitat, but that's the sad thing. They just don't get along well with man.